The busiest shopping days of the year, last-minute shoppers at the Mall of America in Minneapolis greeted by police in riot gear amid a protest by the group Black Lives Matter, demanding justice after a deadly police shooting last month. Those protesters then moving on to the airport, linking arms, and now late word of arrest. ABC's Alex Perez is there.
Protesters in Minneapolis tonight disrupting one of the biggest shopping days of the year at the biggest mall in the country, the Mall of America. Demonstrators vowed to bring mall traffic to a standstill. About 80 worried stores closing their doors, but protesters quickly shut down by police.
So here we are inside the mall, and police are actually pushing the crowd that's coming into the mall out.
Those protesters then moving to Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, blocking a main airport entrance on one of the busiest travel days of the year. Traffic snarled, many missing flights.
Not that I don't support the cause and what they're doing, but would have been upsetting to not get to see my family.
First of all, Black Lives Matter is an agitator group. They're radical. They're no different than the KKK, as I've said before, or the skinheads. They should not be allowed to go inside the airports and malls like this. It should not be allowed. It's just simple as that. If they want to protest, go down the road somewhere and do it. Black Lives Matter want cops charged in Jamal Clark's death. And so some of the agitators were arrested. Listen to this soundbite.
The Black Lives Matter protesters have been taking to the streets in Minneapolis since Jamar Clark, a young black man, died November 15th after he was shot by white police officers. Demonstrators say Clark was handcuffed when officers opened fire. Authorities denied that, the police union arguing Clark was reaching for an officer's gun. Today, several protesters were removed by police. At least 4 arrested at the mall. But they say the demonstrations will not stop until the officers involved are charged.
And those officers are on paid leave pending an independent state investigation. Here at the airport tonight, the roadways are back open and a heavy police presence as authorities try to get things back to normal.
This is not going to end until the cops are allowed to take back control of the country and arrest the agitators, arrest the thugs. Black Lives Matter is not about black lives. It's about the redistribution of wealth, as I've said before. And now I'm wondering who is sponsoring Black Lives Matter, because those folks don't have jobs. Somebody's taking care of them. And I noticed that there's a mixture of Occupy Wall Street, the Communist Party, and others who are amongst this radical group of people. And so the end game, what is the end game of Black Lives Matter, Occupy Wall Street, and the Communist Party? What are they up to? They're even lying. I'm going to show you some pictures. I believe we have pictures. They're still saying that Black Lives Matter is saying, hands up, united. And other agitators, anti-justice group promote the lie as well. Remember when they said that the thug Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, had his hands up saying don't shoot? It was a lie. The Department of Justice investigated. They found no evidence that Michael Brown ever had his hands up saying don't shoot. It was a total lie. But they're still promoting that lie, hands up, don't shoot. These people are evil. You had some members of Congress, mostly Congressional Caucus, black members, adopted this gesture in Congress in solidarity with Michael Brown, a thug. Remember, they were standing in Congress with hands up, don't shoot. Looking just as stupid. I'm like, go sit down. Even the Department of Justice, after their investigation, and they concluded that Michael Brown was not killed with his hands up. It was just a mere lie made up by that thug that was with Michael Brown at the time he robbed the store. And the Department of Justice said if he did have his hands up, it was for a mere moment, not hands up, don't shoot kind of thing. It's a lie. These people are all about lies. They're all about dividing and conquering. And Michael Brown, when he was approaching Officer Dan Wilson, according to the Department of Justice report, maybe he had his hands up while he was running, but that was toward the officer and not trying to, say, hey, don't shoot, I'm not going to do anything. It's all lies, folks. And this is supported by Barack Obama, the mainstream media, the Congressional Black Caucus. These people have no shame. They are evil, and this should not be allowed. We have a right to protest, but you have to do it in a right way. And the malls, most malls, if not all, are privately owned. People are trying to shop for their families. They are going to airports and trying to travel to visit with families and loved ones. And these thugs, these agitators, should not be allowed to do this. Michael Brown was a thug. Officer Wilson did the right thing. It's been proven. He did the right thing. And now it's time for our government to do the right thing.